All right. So anyone that works at a grocery store has a very important role, whether you're a manager, assistant manager, or just a team member. I work at Winn-Dixie in the produce department, and for my informative speech, I'm going to be talking about the daily closing checklist that I have to complete, basically like what I have to do for my job, just to so other people know how I get stuff done and what I have to do. But to help me make the speech, I have the official produce department daily closing checklist. I'm just going to read some of the points off of here and describe them as I go. I'll just give you like an idea of what I have to do in my job. So the introduction says a team member and manager on duty are to verify that the tasks are completed. Closing tasks are generally assigned to the team member with the latest shift, that's me. The department manager or day shift team members may perform appropriate tasks to maximize time management and guest service. Those are like the people that work in the day, obviously, like I said, to help out the closer so he doesn't have as much to do, which it doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes I have like way too much to get done, but and then it labels the peak hours are 4 to 8 p.m. and it says to be on the sales floor to gauge our guests in active selling, which is just like talking to the customers and like asking if they're finding everything all right and making sure that they can find the products that they need. Rotate and fill continuously. That's like one of the most important things, just to rotate everything, make sure it's fresh, and fill it up so that there's plenty of stock on the shelf. Straighten all disorganized areas. Like that's a good thing for me because like I like to be neat, so it's really important that I just like keep everything straightened up and looking good. Um, and then the off-peak hours are anything between like 3 and like after 8 p.m. So it says perform tasks that may be away from the sales floor. Like today, I had to cut fruit for the melon bar and cut stir fry. It has like peppers, onions, and all that stuff. The cut fruit has we do quarter cut watermelon slices, pineapple slices, honeydew slices, and cantaloupe slices. So I have to do all that. And those are the things that I'll have to do like after I filled up everything completely and made sure everything was good with that. Complete any processing and preparation, clean as needed, and dress and organize entire department. And now these are like some of the points. These are the things that I have to check off at the end of the day. So fill hard goods. It says apples, potatoes, onions, etc. It basically means everything in the department. Anything that needs to be filled. That's like the most important job. Like I said, is just making sure that we have product and that it's all rotated and good to go for that. The equipment, knives, pineapple core, ready racks, produce trays, all that stuff has to be clean and put away by the end of the night, and then make sure that the prep area is clean for that. Dip station and prep process area, the sink, scales, wrapper, desk, pans, lugs, crispers, all that has to be like cleaned up and make sure it's working properly before I leave. It describes how to do that. I'm not going to really get into that as much, but um, temperature sensitive racks and displayed orchard bins, grapes, berries, stone fruits like the peaches and things like that, squashes and beans. Like those things are like they go bad really quickly within like even a day or so of just receiving it on the truck. So you got to make sure that those are always rotated, and you got to like really pay attention to like how those are doing when they're in the case. Um, the trash needs to be put out. It says hold unsealable product on a cart in the cooler. We keep it in the cooler overnight, so it kind of like takes out the smell. So when we throw it in the dumpster, the animals don't get into it and all that. Uh, let's see. Place trim bag and other trash on a cart in the cooler, and then bale the clean cardboard, all the stuff that came out of the cooler that I worked and it's empty. I throw in the baler and make sure all that's cleaned up. Electrical, that's pretty simple. I just turn off the lights in the cooler in the back room, turn off the wrapper machine, and I have to leave the scales on to communicate with the host so that if there's any price changes and stuff like that, it's made overnight and we don't have to worry about it when the next day. Um, and this is the most important one. It's the most tedious, but it's really the most important. Check sell-by dates. It says check dates every evening for any items expiring that day and pull them from the sales floor. All dated products must be removed from sales floor by the end of that day. Bag salads remove the day before it goes out of date. Like the Dole salads, those are very important that we keep those fresh and everything like that. But the sell by dates and stuff like that. At this time, I also do grading and culling, which is I go around the rack and just make sure everything looks good. I mean, if there's like a rotten fruit or something like that, I'll remove it from the rack. I just go around the whole entire department, check all the dates, and then even if it's not out of date and it looks rotten, I'm gonna throw it out. I just want to keep like the department fresh and clean for like all the guests. You know, it's really important, especially in like the produce department. And then at the end of that, there's just the I have to clean the cooler in the back room, sweep, mop, um, ensure the delivery dates are dated on the top right hand corner of the box. That's very important. We'll get like points taken off for that if they come in and check and we don't have everything dated. The temperature log has to be dated. We do 8 a.m., 2 p.m., and 8 p.m. I primarily do the 8 p.m., sometimes the 2 p.m. temps, but that's important too. We really need to do that to make sure the coolers are working correctly and the temperatures are right and everything like that. And the final thing on the list is the final manager check. Like 15 minutes before the end of my shift, I have to go to my manager and he'll reassess everything and make sure that I did everything correctly, which I do. I'm a good worker, so. But everyone thinks that the pros department is like one of the easier departments, and I agree that it is. It's pretty easy, but there's still a lot of stuff that you have to do. Like you really have to pay attention, and you do have to work hard. And you're always busy with something, whether it's cleaning or grading department, filling stuff up. But I really like the job, and it's important. So I hope you enjoyed a little brief discussion on my daily closing checklist. But thank you for your time.